Definitely going to need 2 of these. I got a freaking pounding headache. Not because I drank too much last night, it's just annoying. Just very annoyed and flustered. Very annoyed and flustered. Oh, aspirin. Definitely going to need that, that's for sure. Well, happy Saturday morning for what it's worth. Happy Saturday for what it's worth. I'm definitely going to need some aspirin and Red Bull today, that's for dang sure. What's going on, folks? Well, I'm here drinking sugar-free Red Bull. I just took me some aspirin. And I'm going to talk about this subject because this sucks. Like, this really, really sucks, man. Ay. I know this is not exactly the kind of topic I would get into here on the channel, but outside my hobbies, man, I'm trying to find a social life again. Let me just take a look here. Something new happened with a woman. Oh, I'll get into that in a little bit. And I'm in South Charlotte. So, yeah, so I've been trying to get myself back into the dating scene again, and it's just awful. It's fucking awful, folks. Oh my God, is it awful. These women are just completely out of their minds and out of control. It's just awful, man. Oy. Let me tell you, I'm a 48-year-old grown man. I've grown past my infancy. You know what I mean? And what's going on, folks? Welcome everybody in the chat. Much appreciated. Before I continue with this conversation, if you're new to the channel, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. I do live stream quite often. Also, I have an eBay store called the Carolina Collector 001. I forgot to put the link in the chat, but it is in the description box of this live stream, so go check it out. I did process and get out the orders I had yesterday. I got another couple orders that I got today, which I'm going to process. I got the itinerary printed and all that stuff, but yeah, it's just, oh my God, the dating scene is just awful, man. It's absolutely awful. You know, despite myself, I don't like going to bars. I can't stand going to bars anymore. I used to be really big on going out to bars and pubs and night spots and stuff like that, and I stopped doing that. Last weekend or whatever, I went out and it was just god awful. It was awful. The first place I went to, within minutes, 2 guys are arguing and bickering with each other and jawing at each other. The second place I went to, some 400-pound land whale is screaming to the top of her lungs, doing this trivia on her phone, trying to get everybody to participate while we're all trying to listen to the fucking band up on stage playing. You're like this, like what's happening? Like what the fuck? Like she was trying to get everybody's attention focused on her, probably because, let's be real, some people have it really difficult when it comes to trying to find relationships and stuff like that. And I'm sure that she doesn't have much luck with guys and was just trying to get everybody's attention. And I was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I didn't even bother to waste my time trying to go for strike three. I went straight home. I was angry. I actually punched a hole into the garbage can lid. By the way, if you watch that live stream, I bought a brand new garbage can. There it is. You know, I was annoyed and frustrated because I'm like, man, I went out to have a good time and I wanted to get away. Everybody who has watched, this channel knows what I've gone through this year. I'll regurgitate it quickly. I'll give you the very quick abridged edition. My father passed away in June. A couple weeks after that, my buddy passed away. My ex-girlfriend tried to have me put in, well, I had to sit in jail for 4 days because she falsely accused me of all this shit. And of course I was acquitted, and any charges she tried to have against me were dropped because there was nothing in the fucking paperwork. I didn't put my hands on her or do any of that stupid stuff. She made up a bunch of lies because she's here in this country illegally. And I have a copy of her fucking passport that she's here from fucking Honduras or wherever. That she was only using me to fucking try to marry me and to get me to move out of my apartment. And I wasn't going to do that because I just moved back to this property when I met, just before I met her, you know what I mean? And I'm not just going to pick up and leave. All my friends and everybody I know is here, and I love this place. I'm not just going to pick up and go. But she is here illegally, and she vanished off the fucking face of the planet. And she's been making attempts to contact me, but I'm just finished. And it's a shame because Germany got a tough World Cup draw. Oh, yeah. With Trump up there, doing this thing. It was kind of funny to watch, as a matter of fact. Yeah, they got a real tough group. Oh, boy. Maybe they'll get knocked out again like the last World Cup in the group stages. Yikes. Germany's been awful. That's why Adidas, just to get I'll get back on track here. Adidas are, they released their latest kits. It's like a retro style from the 90s with the German flag going across the chest. This is, their previous away jersey with Thomas Muller on the back. But Nike are going to be their new manufacturer because the German national team, they've fallen so flat on their faces since, what was that, 2014 is when they won their last World Cup against Argentina, that now Nike's going to be their new manufacturer. Can you imagine with Nike, especially with the U.S. national team? They're going to have rainbow numbers now, I'm sure, the Germans, because of Nike. Because together, fuck together. Anyway, with that being said, so, yeah, I don't like going to bars. I don't like going to night spots anymore. I used to be really big on that. I don't do that no more because it gets quite expensive and people don't know how to fucking behave themselves. With everything I've been through last year, I got sucker punched here at the Walmart where I live for no goddamn reason. And just all of this other crap. I'm not going to discuss certain things here on the channel, but it's just been fucking awful. It's been a relentless, god-awful gauntlet of shit that I've had to deal with this year, and I had enough. So I've been trying my best to kind of like pick myself up. I mean, I hang out with a lot of people where I live around here. I have some amazing friends here, but it gets to a point where I need a break. I want to go out. I want to have a good time. I want to go, yay! You can't do that now. And it's the holidays, man. I wish it was like the way it was last year. Last year was picture perfect, besides the birth of my two kids, man. Last year was as picture perfect as it got for me. There were people coming in and out of my apartment twice, 3 times a week. We were all cooking and eating together and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden this year, it's just completely different. My buddy moved to North Charlotte with his girl, and it's like, fuck, man. I just want to get out and go away and have a little fun. And I tried doing that last week. and it was awful. It was just fucking awful. It was awful. Not even a couple minutes that I sit down and have a beer where these two jackasses jawing at each other, yelling and screaming over a fucking pool table. And I picked my ass up, paid my tab, and got out of there because I could see there was going to be a bar fight or something else coming down the road. And did not have fun. And the second place I went to, like I said, you had this blubbering pile of fucking useless human skin and flesh screaming and yelling, you know, and her fucking, you know, in the bar stool doing her trivia shit that nobody was really interested in. And we're all trying to hear the fucking music in the background with the live band playing. And she's, I'm like, oh my God, this is just fucking awful. Yeah, North Carolina, exactly. And despite myself, you know, again, if you watch, any of you watched that live stream I did, you know, talking about this sort of thing, I came home, that's a brand new garbage can. I punched a hole right through that plastic. I had to buy a brand new garbage can because you can't buy the lid separately. So I bought the exact same garbage can over here at Lowe's and replaced the one I broke. But I was so fucking angry because, like, I just wanted to get out and hopefully meet somebody out there. And it didn't happen. It was fucking annoying. It was just fucking, it was like, it was like listening to somebody taking an old wood box and putting rusty nails into it and shutting the lid and shaking it. That's what it sounded like. And this woman's face looked like a crumpled up fucking paper bag in a Food Lion parking lot that a car ran over. It's ridiculous. This is here in Charlotte, South Charlotte. So this week I did all the stuff I had to do. You know, bought a brand new Christmas tree, decorated my tree, finished up decorating my patio and all that kind of stuff. You know, I did pretty good with eBay this week. As a matter of fact, like I said in the beginning of this live stream, I got more orders I need to fulfill for my customers, which is good. And if any of you were watching, your orders went out yesterday, but I have to fulfill these orders that came in today. And I still have a lot to list yet. Maybe that's what I'll do before I decide what I'm going to do today. But despite myself, I said, you know what, I'm not just going to roll over and give up. Let me try again. Got myself all fixed up. Not too crazy, but, you know, broke out one of my leather jackets, got me a nice dress shirt and all that stuff, and went out to this place called Goldie's, I think it's called. I've never been there before, never heard of it. I just picked it at random. You know, because I love live music. I'm still a sucker for live music. And I went over to this place. And it's one of these, and I'm as white as toilet paper, all right? I am a registered Republican, and I support the great pumpkin in the White House, all right? So I want to get that out of the way before I say what I say. Because this is one of those snot-nosed, snobby, bourgeois white people bars that I can't fucking stand, where all the guys are in suits and ties and the women dressed like cheap whores. There's a lot of beautiful women in there, don't get me wrong, but they're young, falling over on themselves, they're loud, they're obnoxious, they're screaming. Most of these guys are all neckbeards, you know, those skinny, you know, white people, southern types, you know what I mean? You know, I grew up in New York City, man. I can see right through guys like this immediately. They're all pretending to be fucking CEOs and bankers and trying to pretend to be pirates and cowboys and all that kind of goofy shit. And here I come, you know, looking like a dirtbag. You know, I mean, I wore dress shoes last night and, you know, some casual stuff, man. You know, just to mix it up a little bit because I get tired of wearing jerseys after a while. But when I go to places like this, I want to, you know, be a little decent. And the fucking women, they're spilling all over the floor. And there had to be like 300 or 400 people in this place. I mean, it's a pretty decent place. It was a big place. Beer was pretty decently priced, you know. But the fucking guys are walking around thinking they're fucking cowboys and pirates and astronauts and superheroes, you know, those types being pretentious. And I'm there like being stoic, you know, bobbing my head because the music was okay. I'm not going to knock the band that was playing, you know, music, but the fucking women in there, it was like somebody took a fork onto a fucking china plate with a lot of them screaming. That's what it was like listening to them. I'm like, oh my God. And you can clearly tell, like, these guys didn't know how to handle their fucking women, or they were just trying to get in their pants, that sort of shit. You can tell right away. And I'm just like, I can't be in here any longer than what I want to, because my nerves already were starting to get, I was starting to get flustered already. I'm like, this sucks. I can't deal with fucking bourgeois white guys, because they're worse than fucking women. Believe it or not, bourgeois white guys. And again, I'm a registered Republican, so this is not left or right or anything like that, because I might come off sounding like, one of these left-wingers, but these are bourgeois white guys. I'm a dirtbag at heart, man. You know what I mean? I love holes in the wall, or at least past tense. Used to love holes in the wall, pubs, good old school, whatchamacallit there, 70s rock and roll type places. That's the type of stuff I like, man. I like holes in the wall. And this place was too bourgeois for me. You know what I mean? And the one woman is stumbling over herself, and she's barking in my fucking ear, talking to this ugly, bald-headed looking. He looked like a 6-foot-tall Danny DeVito. Okay, nothing too impressive in my eyes, man. Let me tell you. And she fucking bumped into me. She goes, I said, "What the fuck is that? You bumped into me. Don't suck your teeth at me. I wouldn't fuck you with a stolen dog dick. Mind your space." And he didn't like that, neither did she. So I'm like, you know what? I'm walking away from this. I can see what's about to happen. And sure enough, I pay my fucking bar tab, and they're barking and jawing at me because she couldn't handle her fucking liquor. And she's stumbling around like this, big, ugly, an ugly woman I would never consider even attempting to approach. And she's wearing one of them big, ugly Southern cowgirl skirt things. I don't know what you call them. And all the women were like this in this place. Just absolutely it was bizarre. So they follow me to my fucking car. I was parked right outside in front of this place. And he's jawing at me. I said, dude, you take one more fucking step, I'm going to introduce you to the Second Amendment. I'm at my fucking car next to my property, and I'm entitled to defend myself should you decide to make a wrong decision. You may want to think twice about what you're about to do. Because sometimes I carry my pepper spray on me. I'll leave it in my car. I actually have it in my desk this morning. And you get the boot. Goodbye. So anyway, with that being said, I usually carry pepper spray in my car. Or I have one of my less lethal launchers in my car, which I'm entitled to do because this is a Pro 2A state. You can do that. And he made the wise choice. So I drove off. I drive for like 5 minutes. I come back down my way here. I pull over to the side, and I'm like this in my car, basically. I pulled over. I'm like, I need to take a breath. Take a breath. Relax, sit down, calm down. Find some of my favorite songs, because I got playlists on my phone, and I pump it through the Bluetooth in my car. Found my favorite music. I'm like, okay, let me just calmate, as they say in Spanish. Calmate, calm down. So I'm like, you know what? Let me come back into town by me. Dude, I don't understand Arabic. So I'm just going to do this. I'll give you a timeout. How's that? Because I don't speak Arabic. Anyway, with that being said, yeah, so I come back along my way, come home to town, and I went to a place I haven't gone to in a long time, where the food is really, really good, by the way. And I'm there for an hour. And I'm mixing it up with the townsfolk. And it was actually it was starting to shape up to be a really good night. The kind of night that I like, that I can go out there, mix it up with some randoms, get into some conversation about stuff in the town. And, people were talking about cooking and like all this cool shit. It was a lot of fun for the first hour or two. My friend George, who I haven't seen in a long time, happened to be there. We used to go to Fox and Hound all the time, but Fox and Hound has now turned into Empire Pizza, and it was for the best because Fox and Hound went. But I met my buddy George over there, who I haven't seen in a long time because I don't go to bars around here anymore. I just don't. So anyway, um, so I sit at the bar, and all of a sudden there's this beautiful, beautiful black woman. Oh man, was she just absolutely? She was breathtaking, man. I'm not one of them guys that picks and chooses. And how's my boyfriend doing? Goodbye. So with that being said, I'm sitting at the bar, and I see this woman sitting over there. She smells good. She's got these really, like, I was always attracted to like the cowgirl, rock and roll type girls. And she had a couple piercings here and there, but it was done correctly. Like, it looked good on her. Because some people, they got them septum rings and all that. That's, what do they call that? In political circles, there's a name for that. You know what I mean? And she didn't have it. I think she had a septum ring, but it looked good on her. But it was really, really tiny. Didn't really notice it. On some girls, yeah. I'm reading the comments here. Yeah, with some girls, it's a turnoff. It's a really ugly turnoff. On her, it looked good. She had that nice creamy skin, long hair down to the middle of her back. She was wearing this brown tight shirt, black skin tight leather jeans, heels. Like, she smelled good, sounded sexy and feminine. She had these long nails, and oh man, did she look good? Just the type of a girl a wolf like me would chase after. You know what I mean? And mind you, I had the semi cowboy look going last night. You know what I mean? And she was talking to this fella sitting next to me, and then he paid his tab and took off. And then she got up and went to the restroom, and then she sat back down again. There was some small talk between her and I, because the talk came up about seeing deer here in town. Like, we got deer here on the property, and I love seeing them deer walk around. We've been seeing a lot of bucks around here. It's not just the fawns and the does. We actually see a lot of males around here walking around. They eat the grass and all that kind of stuff. And then she paid her tab and took off. And I'm there just, again, mingling with everybody around me. And then she comes back and sits down. And then she's talking with the girl behind the bar, and then gets up, goes to the bathroom or whatever, and then sits down by herself at one of the tables, and she's there crying for some reason. So I get up, I go to the restroom, and I said, you know what, let me, take a deep breath, go out there, and I chose to introduce myself to her and sat down with her. And she immediately had this big Kool-Aid smile, and we're there talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. It was a good conversation. It was a really good conversation. We were probably talking for about an hour at least. She put her hand on my leg, and let me tell you, man, she was just absolutely feminine and gorgeous, had real soft hands. Like I said, she was wearing this tight brown top and skin tight black leather jeans and high heels and everything. Like, she just looked so sexy and so gorgeous, man. Like, she was very intriguing. And I went to the bathroom, and I guess somewhere during that point she got up, because this 300-pound, another fucking lumbering blob of protoplasm with legs walks in. And perhaps she didn't look in the mirror at herself, because all these guys started talking with her. I guess they're friends with her or whatever it is. And she instantly had an attitude when she sat down, that entitled bullshit attitude. So I sit back on the bar stool where I was before, and the girl I was talking to comes and sat next to her, because I guess they knew each other, whatever, and they're talking up a storm. And then within 10 minutes of them sitting next to one another, they're fucking grinding on, the girl I was talking to is grinding on this fat woman, rubbing her ass all over this fat woman. They look like a lowercase b. They look like this, like a lowercase b. You know what I mean? rubbing up against each other. And I'm there, I'm like, oh, no, no, stop, please stop. Don't do that. And this woman's bottom lip looked like fucking Nebraska that walked in there. And you got this beautiful, gorgeous, sexy African American woman that I was like, oh my God, is she gorgeous? And now she's grinding up against this fucking walking dump truck. Instantly turned me off. I didn't say another word to her for the rest of the night. But as they were grinding up against each other, all of a sudden they started jawing at each other and arguing with one another. And the girl that I was talking to fell out of her fucking bar stool and crashed right on the floor. She must have drank so much, and I didn't notice it because the way she was talking to me, she must have been, trying to keep her composure, because all of a sudden, like I said, she fell out of her fucking chair, and they're both yelling and screaming and arguing, and I'm like, what the fuck, the security guard? Because they have armed security there. This is a place called Tavern 51. There was a shooting there, I think 3 summers ago or 2 summers ago. I can't remember. So now they have whatchamacallit, armed security there. And he's a nice fella. So I get up out of my stool, and of course, being the gentleman that I am, I offer to help her and help to pick her up, and he helps to pick her up. He's like, I got this. They're probably going to get the 86. And if you know what the number 86 means, that means your ass is gone. Because they're fucking fighting over the food, they're fighting over the fucking drinks. This sexy, hot, feminine woman all of a sudden turned into a boss bitch. Because of that fat fuck that walked in, that she was grinding up against. It didn't seem real what I'm looking at. I'm like, what's going on? So I sit back down. My buddy George is sitting there, and we're like, what the fuck is going on over here now all of a sudden? I'm looking at the barkeep. Another girl came in to help out, close out the night, because, I think they were about to close like around midnight or something like that, because a lot of places used to close at 2 o'clock in the morning here. A lot of them now close like around midnight, sometimes 1, depending. But, another girl came in to help clean up and stuff, and I'm talking to her. I said, hey, listen, I'm so sorry about what's going on over there. I was just talking to her. It's like, no, you're fine. You're all right. I immediately, grab a menu. I said, you know what? Let me get the shrimp fried rice that you guys got there. That looks really good. And I'm going to take it to go because I don't want to be around that. And the fucking arguing just kept going and going and going. I'm like, that can't be the same woman I was just talking to. Like, it was complete, like, Jekyll and Hyde shit. And it was all because that oversized 300-pound fucking woman walked in there and corrupted this woman, this beautiful African-American princess. I mean, she looked fucking fine, man. And I got my food, paid my tab, apologized because the owner of the place was there. He's also the cook and all that kind of stuff. I said, hey, man, I'm sorry. I'm not involved in what's going on over there. I tried to help her. And she, no, you didn't do anything. It's just you did nothing wrong. And, we're all looking at each other like, what the fuck just happened? What's happening here? I paid my tab, grabbed my food, said goodnight to everybody, said goodnight to my boy, my buddy George over there, and took off and went home and ate my food, watched a little boob tube, and went right to fucking bed. I woke up. It's now 5 minutes after 10. I woke up about 2 hours ago. It's just, God, man, these fucking women, dude. I thought men were bad, but now these days women are completely out of control, especially here in Charlotte, man. They are fucking. If it's not 4 out of 4 places I went to, with the exception of this one place that I went talking to this woman where I got the food from, it's not the place, it's the fucking people that ruin everything. And these women now, it's like fucking Looney Tunes. And it's hard for a guy like me, man. When I was younger, I was a bit more wild than I am now. I've calmed down a lot, man. And after what happened with my ex-girlfriend, I'm like, I'm really trying to end this year on a good note. You know what I mean? What age range? I'm looking for I'm 48, so I'm looking for anywhere between 30 and 40-ish, somewhere around there. Because when they're super, super fucking young, They're just out of control. They want to fucking be paraded around. They want to be spoiled. They get drunk quick. And that's what's upsetting about this situation with this girl, because the last time I tried to meet somebody on one of these stupid dating apps, and she never showed up over at the fucking mall where we agreed to meet. I'm like, okay, I got stood up, whatever. That doesn't bother me. My day's going to go on, and that's what prompted me to go out last weekend. Last night, I intentionally went out to these two places to see if I can mix it up with somebody, and this, like I said, this is a beautiful African American princess, man, and this is just the type of woman I'm attracted to, whether they're Spanish, white, or black men. You know, a woman like this, just gorgeous, feminine, soft, and the way she would move her hand, like the way she would move her hand, she put her hand on my knee, and we're looking at each other. Her face had to be like this, talking to her, and I was really engaged by her, man, like honestly. And then once she took off to the restroom, and then I went to go sit back down, and she fucking redirected herself towards this fucking creep, this creature. And I'm watching everything like this. I'm looking at this dude George, and I'm looking he's looking at me, and I'm looking at the barkeep, the girl working behind the bar. And I'm looking at the fella I was just talking to. We were talking about, cooking and food and all that stuff, and she's just fucking falling apart in front of my eyes because of this woman that she sat next to. And again, they're grinding up against each other and listening to all this fucking robotic hip hop shit that I can't stand. But just watching her fucking behavior after she just got done talking with me, I'm like, what the hell is going on here, man? And plop, like a sack of sugar, boom, right down on the ground. And then they start fighting and arguing with each other. I'm like, what is going on? And I found myself apologizing to everybody that was sitting around me, including the owner and the barkeep and the security guard. And like I said, everybody said, "Oh, you didn't do anything wrong. I don't know why you're apologizing for. It's just she's a fucking idiot." I don't get it. Am I missing something? I mean, I'm not a coward where I can't approach women. I do, I've been trying to approach women again, but they're just fucking goofy. They're fucking goofy. If they're too young, they're wild and loud and drunk, and they screech and yell. I don't know. Yeah, I'm looking at this comment. It may have been something the whale brought in. Maybe dropped it in her drink. Maybe. I don't know. It was like magic pixie dust. Because one minute she was, like I said, she's wearing these skin tight, sexy leather pants, and she's walking, and you could tell like she knows she's got it, man. Certain women have that walk that for a wolf like me, it's like, damn, she is hot. Like it's not even about her body. Her face was she was beautiful. Like had a great body, don't get me wrong, but she was just beautiful in the way she talked and giggled and laughed. I was trying to crack jokes with her and all that stuff. But all of a sudden, like I said, on the drop of a dime, just like that, her demeanor completely fucking changed and fell flat on her ass. And I'm there like, oh my God. Nope. Check, please. I'm tempted to almost want to try this again tonight. Alexa, what's the current temperature?
Right now, it's 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
Alexa, what's today's forecast?
The current weather is 40 degrees Fahrenheit with cloudy skies. Today, you can look for showers, with a high of 46 degrees and a low of 33 degrees.
I might just keep my money in my pocket if that's the case. Maybe I'll go to the mall today or something. I don't know. But what a rotten shame. What a rotten shame. That today's women are just. And she said, when she was sitting there with me, I mean, like I said, I saw her crying. I don't know if she broke up with her ex or whatever it was, or, and as soon as I sat down, her face lit up, and her and I are talking. We were getting along real well. It's surprising how good we were getting along with each other. Like she literally put her hand on my knee and on my leg. And I grabbed her hand, and we were just there talking. You would think we were dating for years, and she sounded like a really good woman. Really feminine, big, bright smile, gorgeous skin. Like, oh man, I've never seen an African American woman this beautiful. Like, she just was drop dead gorgeous and soft and very pretty. But then, I don't even know if I want to try again tonight. I might just stay home. They're out of their fucking rockers, man. When I went to that place called Goldie's, you could see all these young dumbass women and these fucking simps with their suit and ties pretending to be fucking CEOs of a big company, you know, pretending to be more important than what they really are. They're all standing there like, you know, with their precious little light beers, you know, and their little mixed drinks, pretending to, you know, listen, man, when I go out, I have myself a good time, man. You know, I'll go out there, you know, kind of find my spot where you know, I don't like to be in the middle of a crowd. I like to be close to the bar. So I try to stay away from all that shit. And it was funny because it was like watching a wild river. You know what I mean? It was like watching a river and the fucking water is like undulating like this. It's just watching these fucking women running around. You hear them with their heels cluck, cluck, cluck. Like, I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at here? What am I looking at? I didn't want to approach any of them. I like a soft, feminine, gentle. I mean, you can laugh and have a good time, but when you're stumbling over on yourself and you're falling down and you're spitting everywhere and, you know, and like this Red Bull can here. It's such a turnoff. It's not feminine. It's not nice. It doesn't look good. I like, you know, any woman I've ever dated, I try to treat a woman like a lady. I hold her hand. I open the door for her. Open up the car door. Pull out the chair for her. Like my ex, I treated her like a queen. And I bought her flowers almost every weekend. Cooked for her every weekend that she'd be here, even during the week when she would come. Take her out to go eat dinner once in a while, you know, because she was Hispanic. So I brought her and introduced her to all the Spanish restaurants around here that I like to eat at personally. You know, I try to take care of my girl, man, and romance her and wine and dine her and treat her like a lady. You know, I'm too old for that stupid shit at this point, man, you know. But, you know, and I miss those feelings. I miss those kind of feelings. I'm a man. It's a man's job to take care of a woman, but when you're that obnoxious, like I said, it's like listening to a fucking box of rusty nails rattling around in a tin can. And that's what was disappointing about this woman I was talking to last night, because she was just so pretty and so soft. When she put her hand on my knee and held my hand like we were actually dating, it's the first time I ever met this woman. She just smiled and laughed and smelled good. You smell this really sexy perfume on her. Big, bright smile, big, pouty lips. And she's, you know, inching in closer and closer. And it's just like, and we're just talking and talking and talking and talking. I was getting along with this woman until this creature walked in and fucked it all up. And I watched what was a beautiful woman turn into a monster and just fell on her ass, and both them women got thrown out. Both of them women got thrown out. It's so... 2 weekends in a row, folks. I don't get it. I don't get it. Don't women behave like women anymore? Can't they just be gentle and soft? You want to have a good time and laugh? Fine, do all that kind of stuff. I don't have a problem with that. But when you're that obnoxious and you're falling out of your chair and you're fucking rubbing up against, you know, other women and stuff like that, to me, it's a turnoff, man. It's a huge turnoff. Some guys are into that. I'm not. I like a woman who is sexy, who is sexual, who is, open-minded when it comes to me. But with other women and other guys, I'm not having that shit. Hell no. if you are a tried and true man, you should be territorial over your woman. But again, like I said, this is the first time I met this woman. And it was like dealing with two separate people. The woman that I sat in front of that had those sexy soft hands on my leg, that was coming closer and closer to me, and then sitting at the bar, and the other woman sitting at the bar. The fucking dichotomy and the duality that this woman exhibited. I can imagine if we did become an item. I still have her phone number. I'm not going to. Done. They just don't know how to control themselves, man. They don't know how to control themselves. And I'm not saying I'm as stiff as a surfboard when I go out, because I like to talk. I like to mingle. I like to have a good time. I like to get into conversations with people. And this is just one of those women that I carried a really good conversation with. And literally, it was almost an hour her and I were talking. It's a real shame. It's a very, very big disappointment to me, because I really thought, I'm like, oh, I actually have a chance here with somebody again. I deserve it. Hey, I run my business out of my home. I don't really go out that often. Sometimes you need to mix it up. Sometimes you need to spoil yourself. You need to go out. You need to spread your wings a little bit, and I'm not afraid to approach certain women. But it's just the people ruin it, But like at that place, Goldie's, man, these women are like stumbling and they look like a bunch of bowling pins being knocked down in a bowling alley. That's what it looked like, wobbling all over the place. You know what I mean? They look like a tree swaying in the breeze. Some of these women, they were so fucked up and drunk and couldn't stand up or walk in a straight line. I'm like, damn, you can have fun. You're allowed to have fun. But to me, it's a big turnoff, man. And you got the simps that are in there with these girls accepting it and taking it in. To me, I'm like, what's that all about? The fucking woman, her face is on the table. You know what I mean? Like, God, it's just, geez, man, these women are just out of control, and they think a man has to kiss their ass. Not this guy. I'm too old for that stuff, man. You learn their fucking behavior after a while. A lot of these girls really are attention seekers and leeches and vultures, that they want men to surround them. They want men to buy them drinks. They want men to get them all fucking greased up. And it's like, God, like it's gross, actually, in my opinion. In the past, I've approached, women that are with their friends. But I go after the quiet one, because the quiet one at least is civilized and feminine and very girly-like. I love girly girls. I always did. I always will. I love those sexy, clingy, girly girls. I'm sorry. That's just my taste. But when they're running, fuck that. Fuck that. It's like taking a bunch of golf balls in a bucket and throwing it downhill and watching the balls roll around, going downhill, bouncing everywhere. That's what it looked like last night. And all the guys are standing there like this, with their precious little suits and their precious little ties. And I'm there looking like a cowboy almost. Got my beer. While they got their precious little drinks, I've got my beer in my hand. Standing there in front of these women, while these women are grinding on each other, falling over, screaming, yelling, shouting, jumping around. If the floor was 1,000 degrees, that's how badly these women would be hopping around, burning their feet. I've never seen anything like this, folks. It's fucking scary. And we as men got to take this shit. I am definitely not attracted to that type. Hell no. Jeez. This baseball over here is looking pretty good. God. Ay, ay, ay. God bless people. Aren't people just fucking interesting? Aren't modern women just interesting? They all want to be boss bitches. They all want to have all the attention on them. They want you to buy them drinks. They want you to, They suck the fucking life out of you. They want all the attention on them. Nope. I mean, if you're with a good woman, you should give her all the attention in the world. Like I did with my ex and any other woman I've been with. But this was just god awful. I've never seen anything like it, guys. Never seen anything like it. You have no idea how disappointed I was that that woman at the end of the night that I was talking to ended up being a lush. You know, and I like to drink in social situations, but not to the point where like I can't stand up on my own 2 feet. Those days are long since gone. It's so disappointing because this is exactly the kind of woman I'm attracted to. Turns out, bam. And they had to scoop her off the ground like a pile of rhinoceros shit. I don't know, folks. I'm losing faith. I mean, you know, again, I don't think I'm going to go out tonight. You know, I spent enough money last night. But it's really disappointing, man, that this is the dating world now. Where the guys are the ones standing around like this. Gossiping about their fucking, and you know, it's not like I'm minding other people's business, but listening to some of these bourgeois white dudes here in the South, the way they talk, and I'm born in New York City, man. My conversations are much different. I'm not out there talking shit about my neighbors and people and this and that, but they're all talking about their bosses. No matter where you go, somebody's always bad in their conversations. And I hate snobby white dudes. Them bourgeois suit and tie white guys, I don't like them at all, man. That's not for me. I don't mingle with them kind of fellas, man, because all they do is fucking talk bad about other people. Not for me. Not for me. But watching these women falling on their fucking faces, they're all wearing high heels and knee-high boots, and they could barely walk because they're so fucking drunk. It's like watching a drunk man crossing an icy street with some of these women. God, can't women just be women again, please? Oh Lord Almighty, please make women again, not boss bitches, not loud, obnoxious. You know, they sounded like fucking wild animals in the zoo. Ugh, God. I don't mind that women dance and sing and have a good time. That's fine. It comes with the territory when you go out to places that have live music. But not like this. They're falling down, slipping on themselves, spilling their drinks all over each other. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. It's frustrating for a guy like me. I work very hard to take care of myself, keep myself healthy. I'm still under 200 pounds at this point in my life. You could probably see it. Just some of the supplements I take. Like, I work really hard to take care of myself and take care of my health. And I think I earned the right to try to find a good woman. But not like that. Man, it's just so fucking disappointing because I could still see her face last night, but it's just, oh my God. When they, guys get drunk in a different way. Either they get really loud or they get really happy. And there are a lot of angry drunks out there these days, folks. Let me tell you, there are lots of them. But this woman's demeanor completely changed when this fucking other woman walked in there. And I don't know if they were having one of those female competitions, because clearly, Jabba that sat down was trying to get the attention of all the fucking men. Some guys like big girls, man. It is what it is. Not my place to fucking judge, but I didn't find her attractive one bit. And then that girl sat next to this woman and just completely fucking popped my balloon. When I saw her go down, the bench flew back this way somewhere. God help me. God help me. I just don't understand it. And we're the bad ones, right? Toxic masculinity. Bullshit. Toxic femininity. Toxic boss bitches. Get the hell out of here. These women really need to learn self-control. I'm not saying you have to be a fucking housemaid, but they really need to learn self-control, man. And guys like me, especially at my age, you know, I'm pushing 50 at this point, you know, there's more years behind than there are ahead. And for a guy my age, I don't look my age. I take care of myself. I work very hard to take care of myself these days. If you want to say I'm high maintenance, fine. I'll accept that criticism. But this shit. Oh my God. Yikes. It's like Red Fox from Sanford and Son. Oh my God, no! Help me, Lord, help me, help me. Jeez. Where did we go wrong here, folks? What a beautiful, beautiful woman. What a beautiful woman she was last night. Only to be corrupted by whatever the fuck was going on when her and I, you know, when I went to go sit back at the bar stool I was at. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what changed. I don't know if this behemoth put something in her drink. I don't know what happened for her to change just like that and get her ass thrown out of a bar. You have to do some really bad shit to get 86th out of a bar. And both of them got tossed. I'm too old for this stuff. I'm too old, folks. I'm too old. I'm too old for immaturity anymore. You're allowed to have fun. You're allowed to have a good time. You're allowed to dance and sing, but don't do that. You know, It's like chasing the dragon with the fucking drug addicts chasing the dragon, trying to find that good girl out there, and that they're just. Thank God I got my eBay stuff. You know, and I got all this I got to process for my customers. Is what, 2 orders here I have to get out. I'll take care of that today. It's still early yet. It's 10:30 sharp. I'm going to probably make myself a nice big breakfast. I mean, I'm still not hungry. That shrimp and rice is still sitting in me from last night. That fella makes good food. For the price, I mean, it's too many carbohydrates with the rice and stuff like that, but he makes like that grain rice as well, which is good. And he makes a big plate of it for like $8, $9, something like that. Like, the price is just amazing, especially if you're drinking, you know, and you want good food. That's definitely the place to go. But I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. I'm sorry to take the Lord's name in vain, but oh God, folks, what do I do? I don't even know if I want to try again. Just the most obnoxious behavior I've ever seen. And again, I'm reminded why I don't go out to bars and pubs and restaurants and stuff. Well, I mean, except for maybe like Outback Steakhouse, which is right here. It's pretty calm, more family oriented. Empire Pizza, they have a bar in there, but they also have like a children's area where the kids can play, and that's more family oriented. But these night spots are they're just impossible. They're absolutely impossible. Man, that one girl that had her face planted on a fucking table in the middle of this Goldie's place, whatever it is, just. young and stupid and out of control. I ain't need no man. Oh, we certainly don't need you. Not when you fucking behave like that. Like you sound like a fucking a howling fucking wolf in the woods. We don't need that shit. I don't want that. Man, oh man, oh man. I don't even know what else to say because I'm so disgusted at this point. You know, and I'm trying to give myself a break here, folks. I mean, I think most guys don't really recover from past relationships. It took me a long time, even with my ex. It's the feelings that I miss because of things I would do for her, and the feelings that she would give back to me. But then look what she turned out to be, a fucking wolf in sheep's clothing. It's the feelings that I miss. Holding her hand, opening the door for her, you know, sneaking a peek. You know how it is, fellas. You know, you got your girl's doing her sexy walk. Like we took a walk at one of the nature trails that we have here. Like in Charlotte, they've been expanding a lot of trails here, like McMullen Creek. I've done that walk before. Her and I actually did it when we were together. There's another one over here on South Boulevard. I don't know if they're connected. But, you know, I'm wearing like more casual gear with walking sneakers. She shows up with these little high heels and skin tight blue jeans and smelling real good. And I'm like, we're going to go walk. But she's got her little high heels. Some women are like that. Like the feminine girly girls, they always dress like that. You know what I mean? And, you know, you sneak a look at your girl. Come on, guys. You know you do it. You know you do it. You know, and I'm there like, damn, look at this one. You know what I mean? But, you know, you feel proud as a man when you have a woman like that. But these fucking, they're bonkers. They're out of their minds. And the boss bitches are the worst. They want men to kiss their ass. Not this guy. Fucking women. They literally look like bowling pins in a bowling alley. It looked like a fucking... It looked like a bourgeois mosh pit. That's the best way to put it. I'm trying to think of some descriptors and adjectives here. Watching these women bouncing off of each other. It was like watching a bourgeois white people fucking mosh pit with suits and ties and high heels. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know what else to say. Do I play the fool and go out again? Or do I just stay home today? I mean, again, I got those orders I have to bring out. I don't know if my brain can take any more of this. Ugh. What happened? What happened to women today, man? What is going on with them? They have no fucking self-control. Everything is based off of their hormones and their emotions. You can't be a logical guy. Not saying you have to be a fucking, you know, a surfboard, be as stiff as a surfboard, be that stoic, but, you know, when you stand there and you watch as an observer and you see what these women do and how they behave, I'm like, my God, man, like, calm down. Calm down. Jesus, man. It used to be like that at the Epicenter in Uptown Charlotte. And I used to go there a lot when I first moved here. But a lot of them girls that would go there, of course, are young and loud and drunk. And I think the Epicenter, I think it was, 3 or 4 floors, and plus you had the rooftop bar up there. And they would have all sorts of music and stuff. And it was always the same shit. Women falling down on their face, tripping over each other, bouncing off the walls, throwing up all over the place. You know, and for a guy like me, it's like a horror show. It's like watching a nightmare happen in front of you, you know? It's just unbelievable. It's like it's not even real. You know what I mean? It's a living nightmare. You know, and then you got, you know, a lot of these guys walking around like they're, you know, hip hop G's doing this thing, grabbing their crotches like they got testicular cancer. You know what I mean? Trying to be down with the G's. Yeah. But you know, when you're grown up and mature and you look at all this stuff, it's like, oh my God, man. It's not for me. No, thank you. Nope. At this point, I don't know what else to say. But I definitely want to get these orders out. Get them out to my customers. And I'll see how the rest of the day goes. It's still early yet. Maybe I'll go to the mall. Maybe I'll go out again tonight. Who knows? Who knows? But man, oh man, oh man. It's not fair, guys. It really is not fair. With their behavior, the way they are today, they're just unhinged. It was a shame because I had my, I'm not gonna lie, I had my hopes up for this one. I really did. This was, fuck. As they say in baseball, swing and a miss. And it was so sad. You know, it was, I guess what makes me more frustrated than anything is like, you got this beautiful, beautiful African-American woman. Beautiful black woman, like a woman I've never seen before. Like this is like the kind of woman I'm attracted to, man. And to see her, seeing her down on the ground like the way I did, like I almost felt sorry for her in a weird way. I can't explain it. You would have to see it with your own two eyes and be like, what the fuck is happening here? Like what's this? Like look at her. Like why? Like. That's the disappointing part. Yep. Very disappointing. You ever had catfish and spaghetti? That's a weird question. Well, I am a fish guy, and I love me some good pasta. I don't know if that sounds like some sort of innuendo right there. Just looking outside here for a minute. I got a bad habit of doing that, looking long distance with reading glasses on. That's probably why my eyes are getting so bad. Catfish and spaghetti. Never tried it. Never heard of it. I mean, I love salmon. I love tuna. I love shrimp. I'm a seafood guy. I love clams, mussels, all that stuff. There really aren't that many seafood places. I mean, they got Captain D's, but that's all fried junk. It's like the fast food of seafood. Yeah, Captain D's is all deep fried shit. Like I could just buy a bag of pre-cooked shrimp from Walmart. What the fuck is that? Just wandering around aimlessly there. Anyway. Yeah, I agree with this comment here. I love seafood. People act as if it's beneath them. There's nothing wrong with seafood, man. I love me a good. I'll buy like 6 cans of the Bumblebee tuna, not Starfish brand or whatever they call that, because that other stuff it's like too watery. The Bumblebee is more, it's chunkier. I'll take 3 or 4 cans of that, and I have a big plastic bowl, and I get the Hellmann's light mayonnaise or the almond mayonnaise. There's a lot of protein in that. It's really good. It's really good, especially on toasted whole wheat with cheese or onion and garlic powder and salt and pepper. I mean, it's really, really good. I love tuna fish. I also like squid. You ever see like the little tin cans of squid? I love that in a salad. You know, I'll drain out all the olive oil. Like I get it in olive oil. You can get it in olive oil or with hot sauce, but I get it with the olive oil, and I'll get like a salad and some greens and mix up the squid, like a Mediterranean type dish with croutons and all that stuff. It's really good. It's really, really good. I love seafood altogether. Lobster tails, jumbo shrimp, even imitation crab. Sam's Club sells these 2 packs of artificial crab meat that I like to dip in tartar sauce, and I'll eat it just like that without a salad. I love that kind of stuff. You can spruce up anything. It's an art. This is true. You can make horse shit look like chocolate if you wanted to. You know what I mean? It's true. If you take the time to fix anything up and nurture it and care for it, yeah, you can make just about anything good. You know, that's just a little side note. Like when I used to live up in North Charlotte, man, that's all UNC Charlotte territory up there. It's all spoiled college brats, all woke, left-leaning fucking college brats that don't know what a fucking screwdriver is. They don't know how to install one of these. They don't know how to screw in a light bulb. And I would find bar stools and tables and all that shit. And all it would take is to tighten up the screws or the nuts and bolts, or replace a bolt or nut that's missing, and then boom, you got yourself a $300 fucking, leather bar stool or something like that. And I would give it away to people. I clean it, touch it up with a little paint here and there, and you know what it is up there? There's what the hell is the name of that furniture place up there? IKEA. So there's a big IKEA up there. It's actually that whole area is nothing but IKEA, and I would find all sorts of fold-up tables and things like that, and all you had to do is just replace a nut and bolt. You got yourself a brand new fold-up table for yourself. Like that little computer. I have a computer fold-up desk that you can stick underneath your couch that I used to use for my baseball cards. Obviously, I've expanded here. But, you could take that, you could put food on there and, take it into your bedroom and eat off of it so you don't put food in your bed and all that kind of stuff. And I found it. It was missing? There was like a rivet that was in there that broke. So what did I do? I just got I think it was like, a 1/4 inch or 5/16 or something like that, bolt with a nut and a lock washer so that this way the thing can move up and down. And boom, I got myself a new computer desk. Things like probably 30 or 40 bucks. And people just don't. My deep evil thoughts are starting to come out. I think people, thanks to technology and the internet and our fucking goofy cell phones and AI, I think people have lost the ability to. The cognitive dissonance has spilled out of people's ears. That people can't even. They don't know what this is. They don't know how to use this to do mathematical problems. That everything's on a damn phone. I think people are getting dumber and dumber and dumber by the day. Sorry. I think convenience and technology has made people just intellectually bankrupt. That's why I don't have an Xbox. ChatGPT is literally shrinking our brains. USA cards, you couldn't have said it any better. It's true. It's very true. AI and all of this stuff is taking away our ability to think. Everybody's emotional because nobody knows how to think anymore. Everybody reacts. Take fucking 5 minutes and analyze the situation. Again, I'm not going to discuss certain things here. There's no NDAs or anything like that. I just don't want to talk about it because it's already a done deal, a dead subject to discuss. But people I don't think have the cognitive fucking ability to even do this without going on Google. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, really? You don't know how to use Scotch tape? I'm not going to say who said this, but recently someone said it to me. It's like, someone around here are asking to change. They want the staff to change their light bulbs in the apartment. They don't do that here. You do that on your own. They didn't know how to change fucking light bulbs. I swear to God, I couldn't believe that when I heard that shit. Really? You can't change a light bulb? It's kind of obvious, isn't it? See those things called threads? You do this. You take out the old one in a clockwise. Well, I mean, if you're on top, it's clockwise like this, or counterclockwise, and then you screw it in clockwise. Lefty loosey, righty tighty, right? God. And that's kind of like what, see, that comment right there just basically summed up my night last night. That's what it was like. It was like watching a bunch of penguins bouncing off of each other. Oh, yeah. God help the human race. The greater our technology gets, our ability to critically think and make better choices gets flushed down the toilet for the sake of social media. I mean, here I am, a YouTuber, live streaming to who knows who I'm live streaming to. But I choose to remove myself from all of this crap. I mean, the only kind of game systems I have are retro gaming systems, the mini ones. I kind of want the Vectrex Mini that just came out. The Intellivision Mini, I mean, I've got the Intellivision Flashback there, but try online dating. At least you'll be able to cut right through the chase. Yeah, but here's the problem with that. I did that last week, and I got stood up. And most of the people that are on these apps are not what they say they are. A lot of them are all catfish. A lot of them are not what they are or what they claim to be. So I try not to waste my time with dating apps. I mean, my ex-girlfriend I met on Badoo, I think it was called, or something like that. I got rid of my account and deleted it. This time I think I tried Hinge, deleted that account. They're just a mess. It's an all-around mess. It's like a blind man throwing darts at a dartboard these days. It's just really, really, really disappointing. It really is. It really is. It's very sad indeed. Very, very sad to see the decline. Try the ones that cost money. That filters out a lot of BS. A while back I tried. there were two girls I dated when I first moved down here that I found on eHarmony, but that shit's expensive. eHarmony is really expensive. But like you said, yeah, it does fill out the garbage, and pretty much you're better off at a library. Yeah, library, church, a coffee shop. Yeah, but today's modern women, you coffee date. Oh, you're cheap. Fuck out of here. Pay my rent. Oh, they must live in mommy's basement. Does this look like mommy's basement to you? This is an actual home. This is an apartment. An apartment. It's just some neck beard. I shaved. I don't have a beard. I mean, I have 5 o'clock shadow. Ugh, it just seems like a hopeless venture, boys and girls. Boys, mostly. I mean, geez, man. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. Not saying you can't have fun, man, but they're just fucking out of control. I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go take a bathroom break. Don't go anywhere. Sorry about that, folks. Do, 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 do. So anyway, what else can I bitch, moan, and complain about? Ay, 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 ay. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight. You know, I definitely want to get these orders to my customers. Maybe I'll get some takeout. Maybe I'll go back to that place I went to last night. Actually, I really like their food. The food is really good for the price that you're paying, especially if you're drinking. You know, the price of the beer offsets the price of the food, which is nice. So you get a good deal. If you go into this place with like $30, you're good for the night, man. If you're just drinking beer with no booze. I mean, I really don't like. Only on rare occasions, I'll mix it up with some booze, but I rather be here at home. I'm really not a booze guy. If anything, I'd rather be here. Are grocery prices going back down? Unfortunately, from what I've seen here, they've gone up. Everything has gone up here in Charlotte as well. I mean, I talked about this last time. Like, I got a case of these over at Sam's Club for what was it? Usually they were like $38. They're going for like $42 now. And what's more bizarre is that, Red Bull is imported, but fucking Monster, a case of sugar-free Monster is more than Red Bull, where it used to be Red Bull was more than Monster. I don't know how, I don't know how that works. Excuse me. But yeah, the price of even the store brands have gone up as well. And Walmart and Sam's Clubs, they're one and the same basically. So a lot of things I get in bulk just to save the hassle of going back and forth. I mean, that's another reason why I was able to keep my weight down, because I walk back and forth to the strip mall here, not just to deliver, my sports cards to their customers, but, I do a lot of food shopping by foot. It's very rare I drive my car. I probably still have the same tank of gas that I had 3 months ago, because I barely drive my car these days anymore, except for last night. But yeah, Walmart and Sam's Club, they are the same. Sam's Club is essentially a souped-up Walmart, and it's just under the same umbrella as Walmart. But I like going to Sam's Club because it saves me a trip. I'll buy cases of my sugar-free Gatorades, sugar-free Red Bulls or Monsters, and sometimes they have sales. Like, I'll get paper plates. I'll get paper plates at Dollar General. These are just cheaper. Like, I bought a big pile of plates like this for like $5. That's awesome, because over at Walmart they're like $10 or $15 for a bag of plates like this. So going to Dollar General and getting a big batch of paper plates for $5, I rather do that. Like, I'll get paper cups from Dollar General. Like, I pick and choose where I get my stuff, where I can spend as little money as possible. But yeah, I rather get things in bulk when it comes to the things that I typically would use or consume or drink or eat. Like if I want to get cold cuts, for example, like bologna, I really don't like the Walmart stuff. I like Boar's Head more. I'd rather go to like Harris Teeter or Publix to get my cold cuts. But, every so often, like if I don't feel like driving, I just get the Walmart shit. I mean, it's got a funky taste to it, but, it's not that bad. In the Midwest, we have Aldi's and Costco. Yeah, we have an Aldi's right here. Pardon me. Right by the hospital where I live, there's an Aldi's. There's an Aldi's. There's a Wendy's there. There's a Cookout there. And I think we have BJ's and Costco are right next to each other, right over here on the other side of town. But I haven't been to a Costco here yet. I'm sure they have them here, but because I go to Sam's Club all the time. Maybe I'll find some jackasses fighting over Pokemon cards if I ever decide to explore a Costco. Aldi's got some pretty good stuff. I bought stuff from Aldi's. I bought like fruit punches and stuff from there. But, it's just because Walmart is walking distance here. And that's what also helps keep the weight down, is walking everywhere. It's a real shame, because there was an Asian couple that moved out that was here. They're so sweet. The two of them always holding hands. They had to be like in their late 50s, early 60s, something like that. And they would walk back and forth, the two of them, always. Sometimes you see them walking together, holding hands, as old as they are. Or one of them used to work over here in the strip mall. LOL, grown men and Pokemon baffles me. Oh, don't get me started with this subject. Oh, God. I watch a lot of stuff in the hobby space, and when I see guys my age fighting over cards that are meant for kids, you got to be a real sorry son of a bitch. Do like what I did. You know what I mean? Find something. Like I sell my old jerseys and, collectibles and baseball cards I don't collect. You know what I mean? I have my own personal collection of cards, and the rest I've been selling off because it's just too much to have. But these guys are worthless losers. They have no skills. They're uneducated. They're not good for anything. They're useless. It's like a tree stump. Unless you decorate a tree stump in front of your garden, it's just a fucking tree stump. And there are a lot of people out there that are useless. Everybody wants a quick dollar because they don't want to work. And they resort to scalping. And I've seen plenty of videos. It's like everybody talks about Black Friday, Black Friday. There's no such thing as Black Friday. It's bullshit. It's a made-up day. You can get the same stuff at any place for the same price 4 days later. You don't have to get it that day. What Black Friday really is these manufacturers and these companies and these industries, they all know that people are out with their families and out on vacation, and that's a day where people don't go shopping. So you put out this low-end bullshit that people are going to instantly flip on eBay just to make a quick buck. That as a side hustle is crazy. Yeah, I mean, like what I do, listen, I've ripped open plenty of product here on the channel, right? And I collect certain cards and I sell certain cards, but I'm not going to go out there and fist fight with fucking people over Pokemon. I think that's absurd and ridiculous because you're a good for nothing, unskilled, lazy prick. I put my time in. Because of the nature of my income and the issues, post-traumatic stress and all that kind of stuff, man, I fought long and hard to sit on my cloud. You know what I mean? It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit, folks. Grown men fighting over fucking Pokemon. Me too, but it's never that serious. Yeah. I mean, I've learned to deal with it over the years, and especially before my dad died. That was one of the things that he was very happy with when I started my eBay business. He's like, I never thought you'd be your own boss. Holy shit. I didn't even do that. You know what I mean? He was very happy that I did this because, I saw what he went through. I could take just about anything I have here in my home and sell it on eBay. Or especially with the sports cards. I'm very, very fortunate. I've been doing this now for about a year and a half. This coming June will make 2 years that I've been doing it. So, it's been interesting, to learn about, basically what is retail business. And I have a whole pile of receipts I have to go through. By the way, the paperwork sucks. That's another thing. I'm not even going to get into that, where you have to re-up some of your paperwork for the next year and all that kind of stuff, and taxes, and you got to crunch the numbers. What's good about eBay, though, is they do everything for you. Everything's all printed out and blah, 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 blah. And then, you take it to your tax adjuster and bring all the receipts. If you want to hire an accountant, you could do all that. I did it myself last year, sat down with all my receipts in my bank account and took out deductions and blah, 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 and combined that with, my other sources of income and get everything done in one nice, neat little package through H&R Block, which is good. And they're very good. I've been going to H&R Block since Jesus night. I still have tax forms from the 90s that I kept that I didn't throw out. I never throw out tax forms. But, it's just, geez, man, fucking Pokemon. It's like with sneakers. It was like that with the NES Classic. I got the NES Classic sitting right there on my TV stand. Like I said, I don't play a lot of video games. There's the NES, there's the SNES, there's the Intellivision Flashback. You got the Genesis Mini in the corner back there. But people were fist fighting over the NES Classic. Only because Nintendo dropped the ball and they only released about, 1 million units? 2 million units. And the reason why people fight over this is not just because they're looking to flip these things. It's because they all have YouTube channels and they need things to review. And if they don't have things to review or talk about, you don't have a YouTube channel. Some things are meant for certain age groups and eras. Like, I don't want to see Back to the Future 4. Yeah, leave well enough alone. Amen. I agree to that. Like, the Terminator has completely fallen off the fucking rails. The Terminator is gone and dead. Star Wars. Everything had fucking Star Wars on it. You know, aspirin, baseball hats, sneakers, socks, underwear, dildos, bondage toys, spare tires, chewing gum, chewing tobacco, cigarettes. I mean, every fucking thing on this planet had a Star Wars label on it in some form or another. Soda, cereal, chicken cutlets, bologna sandwiches. Star Wars, Star Wars. The fucking the mysticism and the magic and the imagination has been removed just for a quick buck. They should have just left it alone and leave the imagination to fill in the blanks. That was the secret of Star Wars when the original 3 movies came out. Then you had Rogue One, and then you had the prequels. You had this, you had that. Yeah, everything's an advertisement these days. Every fucking thing. Like, you know, it was disappointing. Like, you guys have probably seen me review my New York Yankees jerseys. That's got smattering of advertising feces all over it with the new patches that they got. Even the batting helmets now have advertisements on it. Everything's a fucking ad. You know, even myself, I am a walking advertisement because of my eBay store. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just, God, Star Wars is just one of them things where the imagination has been completely sucked. You know, some things you just have to just let it sit, let it stir. Like Aliens now has gone in that direction. Like Prometheus was completely screwed up. Like Prometheus was trying to be smart and clever, and it just left everybody confused because it's like, is this aliens or is it not alien? Like, what the hell is it? You know what I mean? And then, of course, we had Alien Covenant and all this other stuff, and they just keep pumping them out and pumping them out. Like The Thing. They did a prequel for The Thing, and that was awful because, you know, I think the original movie with Kurt Russell, everything was all practical effects. Whereas this movie, like the Transformers, leave it the fuck alone. It's just a bunch of CG garbage. It's like a nightmare on screen with all this going on. It's like, I'm like, I hated the Transformers. I watched maybe 2 of those Transformers movies, the Bayverse Transformers. I thought I was on a roller coaster. It feels like you're on a plane whose engine exploded and the plane is spinning in circles and about to crash, and everything's going. I'm like, eek. Home Alone, maybe. They're actually talking about doing another. I don't know if it's just rumor, but Macaulay Culkin himself has been talking about maybe doing another Home Alone. You know, it's funny we're talking about this now. You know what I watched yesterday? A Christmas Story Christmas, which was the part 2 to the original Christmas Story, where the father died and Ralphie became a writer and Scut Farkus became a police officer. It was actually kind of quaint to watch it. It had they were trying to do like an 80s-esque type of thing. There were a few little things. There were just a little too many. There were too many callbacks throughout that movie, but it wasn't bad. It was like Beverly Hills Cop 4, I think it was, that they released a couple of years ago. It felt like an 80s movie. It was just very simple, practical effects, no fucking this and that up on a screen. I actually quite enjoyed the latest Beverly Hills Cop movie. I think it was part 4. It was just strange to see Judge Reinhold and all these guys, you know, they just look like better, older versions of themselves. Same thing like with A Christmas Story Christmas. I thought it was pretty quaint. Again, there were too many little callbacks in that movie, but it served its purpose. I mean, it was kind of like a soft reboot, verbatim, but it was pretty entertaining for what it is, you know. How many times can you get... as far as Home Alone is concerned, yeah. You can only tell the same story multiple times. You know which movie franchise suffered with that? The Crow. There's only so many stories you can tell about, you know, a guy dying and coming back to life through mysticism and magic and all that kind of stuff. That last Crow movie, I will never watch it. It looks stupid. The premise behind it is stupid. The one with Brandon Lee was pretty good. After that, the rest of the movies are just not even worth talking about. I saw the second one. It was and they just got progressively worse and worse and worse and worse. And the callbacks are overkill. Yes, I agree with that comment right there. Callbacks are awful. God, leave it well enough alone. Let some of these franchises die. Like Star Trek Picard, leave it alone. Let's focus on the Enterprise G. Let's talk about, you know, have Seven of Nine be the captain of the Enterprise G with Picard's son. Let's go on some new adventures. You know, we keep bringing these people back and bringing them back and bringing them back and bringing them back. It's like fucking Indiana Jones. Leave it alone. Ghostbusters. Leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Come up with something new, please. Please. Please, oh Lord Almighty. God, make women normal again as well. I mean, the whole point of this live stream is to talk about women. I don't mind talking about this stuff. Make women normal too, please. Please, God Almighty. Make them normal. Make them feminine. Make them soft again, please, God. Bring back John Candy and Rodney Dangerfield. Oh yeah, like what they did with like in Rogue One, they brought back fucking Grand Moff Tarkin. And that movie is just, oh my God, it's miserable. Star Wars was supposed to be a fun action adventure movie, and that movie was just dire and depressing and ugly and sad. And they brought back, they resurrected Grand Moff Tarkin from the dead with CGI. They did that shit with Michael Jackson after he died. Slave to the Rhythm, I think is the name of the song. If you look on YouTube, you'll see, you know, a CGI or fucking hologram of Michael Jackson dancing on stage and all that stuff. It's fucking creepy. That now they, like Princess Leia, they did the same shit in Rogue One. They resurrected Princess Leia. And she looked like a robot. Hope. She had that one word. Hope. It's like the Henry Cavill Uncanny Valley CGI'd mustache that they cleaned off his face. You know what I mean? It's out of control, man. It's out of control. Can I use AI to make women normal again? And feminine again? And soft and gentle? Yes, I've seen Moonwalker. Speaking of creepy, I saw that movie as a kid. I don't think Moonwalker is creepy. I think it's just, it's a parade of excess. I really don't think it's creepy. I think it's a parade of excess. It's just Michael Jackson was very eccentric when he was alive, and it was just one giant music video pushing CGI. Like the robot shit, I didn't get when he turned into like a flying car and all that stuff like that. That's kind of like borderline strange, but it was nothing but excess, a parade of excess and CGI and what have you. I mean, I like the song Speed Demon and Smooth Criminal, and those two parts of Moonwalker were all right. Even Leave Me Alone was kind of cool, but the other stuff with the, you know, he always focused way too much on kids. That part of it, of course, it's a mixed bag in my opinion. You know, all the stuff with the kids and whatnot. I mean, yeah. I know the whole story and whatnot. To me, it was highly inappropriate. You know, you want to do the right thing for kids. You know, build them a fucking, like what he did with Neverland, but just leave yourself out of it. You know what I mean? Let the kids have their space. You go with the grown-ups. You know, it's like, but there's another one, Captain Io. Or Captain Io that he did, which was like a Star Wars ripoff. That one was kind of like weird and strange in its own way too. And all the long like Ghosts or whatever it's called, that long music video where he dresses up as a fat white guy. I thought that was kind of clever and cool, man. But again, surrounded by kids, to me, it's highly inappropriate. That part of it, we can, you know, Leave the kids out of it, man. You want to do nice stuff for kids, build them a school or some shit. Just keep your distance. Keep your hands off the little ones, folks. God. But weird like the peanut butter solution. There you go. Bingo. Exactly. So, what time is it here? Again, I got a bad habit of looking. Wow, time passed by quick. It's already 11:15. Holy jeez. So, what am I going to do today? Well, again, I definitely want to get this out of the way. I'm going to have me some lunch or breakfast, whatever. And then I see what I do. I don't know if I go to the mall. Do I go to the flea market? Do I go out again tonight? Do I just I can wander around the flea market and wander around the mall and then save my money for tonight. If I go out, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. What do I do? I don't know. It's just after the last 2 weeks of going out to places and experimenting again, it's I don't know. I feel like eek. I don't know. I really don't know, folks. Should I try again? Roll the dice? Choose 2 more random places to go to, or because I like that place because of their food. I might go there tonight. I don't know. I mean, it's Alexa. What's the current forecast?
The current weather is 42 degrees Fahrenheit with cloudy
It's gonna
skies.
be cold tonight.
Today, you can expect showers with a high of 46 degrees and a low of 33 degrees.
Yeah, it's gonna be cold all day today. So I don't know. I mean, it was cold yesterday, but I don't know. I'll see how I feel. Well, on that note, folks, I think I've eked the cartoon thoughts. Life is turning into a cartoon, isn't it? In a way, in a really weird way. It's like fucking Looney Tunes outside. I just don't know what to make of any of it anymore. That's why I'm trying to avoid political discussions anymore. I'm trying to avoid. Oh, Bobby's World. I have some of Bobby's World's cartoons. I couldn't find them all, but I did find some. I have a rather large itinerary on my external hard drives of old 80s movies and cartoons. I have all the Transformers, the Japanese Transformers. I didn't download Armada or any of that stuff, but I have Beast Wars 2nd, Beast Wars Neo, Beast Machines, the original Beast Wars, all of G1. I didn't bother with G2. Then I have Transformers Zone and the Transformers Headmasters and all that stuff I got on my computer. Alf, Pee-wee's Playhouse, Voltron, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Alvin and the Chipmunks, GoBots. Like, I have a lot of 80s shit on my external hard drives. But Bobby's World, that's what's his face? I always forget. Howie Mandel, I think is his name. No, not Howie. Is it Howie Mandel? I forget. I'm bad with names. But yeah, I have a lot of stuff on my external hard drives. I got a lot of 80s movies, the dude movies, Kickboxer, Commando, Terminator, Rambo, that kind of stuff. I'll watch a man movie once in a while. I'll grind Lord of the Rings once in a while. That was rough. The last time I did that was like, 10 hours, 11 hours? And I did not do The Hobbit because The Hobbit is traumatizing. It hurts the brain to even do so. Won't even try it. Nope. All right, folks, I think I'm going to end it right here. I'm already into this, an hour and 40. Howie Mandel. Yeah, take care, folks. I'm going to wrap it up right here. So again, thank you so much for watching this live stream. I know it was more of a rant than anything else. It's just really disappointing, man. And that girl was so fucking hot and so fine. It's just, man, it's like Jekyll and Hyde, man. Just be careful out there, fellas. I mean, you all know what I went through if you've been watching the channel. I'm not going to get into the details again because it's like beating a dead horse at this point. I get tired of talking about it, but it's just now it's time to recover. Hoping for a better stroke of luck. We see what happens. So with all of that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate it. And until next time, I'm your host, the Carolina Collector. Don't forget, check out my eBay store. The link is in the description box of each and every single video, short and live stream I upload here on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and always hit that like button whenever I upload my videos or live streams here. And like I said, man, enjoy your weekend. Stay warm. At least here where I am, it's going to be pretty cold. You heard, my Amazon Dot talking there. I am going to take a nice hot shower, get myself all ready to rock and roll, and see what I do. But I definitely got to take care of this. Maybe I'll make another YouTube video today. Maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see. Enjoy your Saturday, folks. God bless you. And, of course, Merry Christmas. I will see you all very soon.